Hello again. We're adding and subtracting polynomials, and we're going to do both at the same time. I've got the same example for both, except one's got a subtraction sign in between both quantities, and one's got an addition sign between both quantities. And when it comes to these types of problems, there's a few things you have to watch out for first. Is there any like terms that I can add inside the respective quantities? And the answer is no. This has an x cubed, this has an x squared, and this has an x. If they have the same exponent and the same variable, then you could add or subtract them inside. But they don't. And these don't either. This has an x squared, x cubed, and no x value. This one is exactly the same, except I put a subtraction sign in between. So let's get started. What we do is we start from highest degree to lowest degree. So the highest degree is the highest exponent, and it happens to be a 3. So let's find 2x cubed plus 1x cubed. And if there's no number in front of a variable, it means it's a 1. So 2x cubed plus 1x cubed is 3x cubed. You add only the numbers in the front, not the exponents. Now when you're multiplying, it's a different story. I cross them out after I'm done using them. And now I have negative 5x squared plus 2x squared. Negative 5 plus 2 is negative 3. X squared. Next one is I've got 1x plus nothing else, so it's just x. You could put 1x, but I would put just x. And I've got positive negative 1, negative 1. I write it from highest degree to lowest degree, and that's all it asks me to do. Just add these two together. So I'm done. Don't do anything more. Now this one's a subtraction sign, and it's almost exactly the same. Excuse me. Except with one difference. What you have to do is you have to distribute the negative into everything after this quantity. You have to distribute, so it's like a negative 1 times this, negative 1 times this, negative 1 times this. But what I tell my students is this, and it's a lot simpler. Change the subtraction to addition, but if you do that, then you have to change the sign of everything inside that second quantity. So, put a plus, that was a positive, so make it a negative. That was a positive, so make it a negative, and that was a negative. So make it a positive. That's it. Or you could just distribute the negative. Either way. That's more sound math, but that way just works better for students. So I got 2x cubed plus negative 1x cubed. So it's basically like 2 subtract 1. And that's x cubed. Or 1x cubed, but I would put x cubed. Done. Then I got negative 5x squared plus negative 2x squared. And that's negative 7x squared. And I got plus x plus 1. The answers are a little bit different. They're different for the x cubes, the x squareds. The x's remained intact. That went from negative 1 to positive 1. So you can see it has a difference. I'll move out of your way so you can see this. Move out of your way so you can see that. But that's adding and subtracting polynomials. I hope that was helpful. Have a good day, friend.